things don't arrive loudly. Some things just stay. I used to measure life in distance and faded signs and passing lanes, thinking every moving shadow would eventually explain. I kept my jacket by the doorway, my keys beside the bed, like every quiet evening needed somewhere else instead. I learned how to leave gracefully, learned how to travel light, learned how to call it freedom when really I was afraid to try. Then one ordinary afternoon, you opened the window and asked me to sit. You said, "Do you ever notice how quickly you turn moments into memories?" And somehow I couldn't answer. Maybe this is the sound of staying. Maybe this is what it means. Not fireworks, not grand conclusions, just breathing in between. Maybe this is the sound of staying, not needing somewhere new. Just one room, one evening, and someone looking back at you. Looking back at you. You talked about small traditions like they carried their own light. Second cups of coffee and conversations after midnight. You said, maybe peace isn't something you find. Maybe peace is what happens when you stop searching. I smiled because somehow that felt familiar. The fretless space moved underneath us, like gold roads turning soft, and suddenly every old direction didn't feel unfinished anymore. Maybe freedom isn't movement, maybe peace is an escape. Maybe all this time I confused distance with change. Maybe this is the sound of staying. Maybe this is what it means. Not fireworks, not grand conclusions, just breathing in between. Maybe this is the sound of staying, not needing somewhere new. Just one room, one evening, and someone looking back at you. Looking back at you. I thought the road would recognize me after all the years I gave. But roads don't notice absence. Roads don't remember names. People do. And maybe that's enough. Maybe this is the sound of staying. No dramatic ending scene, no final lesson, no sudden answers, just becoming who I've been. Maybe this is the sound of staying, and maybe that's okay, because for the first time I don't feel like leaving today. Like leaving today. For years I thought thought silence meant empty. Turns out sometimes it means home. The room feels wide and unfinished. I used to think every open road was trying to tell me something. I left before the seasons changed, before familiar turned to real, before anybody noticed the parts of me I tried to conceal. I became good at temporary, good at names without attachment, good at making every goodbye sound accidental. I watched cities through hotel windows, watched mornings through airplane glass, thinking if I kept moving, nothing would ever last. But somewhere after all those miles, I got tired of becoming somebody else. You asked, what if your life isn't waiting at the end of something? And suddenly I had nowhere to look. The places I never stayed still live somewhere in me. Old conversations, half-filled rooms, versions I didn't keep. The places I never stayed still call me now and then. For the first time, I don't feel like following them. Following them. You talked about ordinary evenings like they deserved a photograph. Open windows and late dinners, and not needing to make them last. You said maybe peace isn't dramatic, maybe peace is quiet enough to miss. I smiled because somehow that sounded familiar. The piano widened underneath us, strings slowly filled the room, and suddenly all my old escapes didn't feel important. Maybe freedom isn't movement, maybe peace isn't change, maybe all this time I was leaving before life could say my name. The places I never stayed still live somewhere in me. Old conversations, half-filled rooms, versions I didn't keep. The places I never stayed still call me now and then. But for the first time, I don't feel like following them. Following them. I thought distance would protect me, I thought movement made me brave. But roads don't remember faces, roads don't ask you to remain. People do, and maybe that's why I kept leaving it. Electric gift for the season, names without attachment, good at making every goodbye sound accidental. I watch cities through hotel windows, watch mornings through airplane glass, thinking if I kept moving and nothing would ever last. But somewhere after all those miles, I got tired of becoming somebody else. You asked, what if your life isn't waiting at the end of something? And suddenly I had nowhere to look. The places I never stayed still live somewhere in me. Old conversations have filled rooms, versions I didn't keep. The places I never stayed still call me now and then. For the first time, I don't feel like following them. Following them. You talked about ordinary evenings like they deserve a photograph. Open windows and late dinners, and not needing to make them last. You said maybe peace isn't dramatic, but maybe peace is quite enough to miss. I smiled because somehow that sounded familiar. The piano widened underneath us, the strings slowly filled the room, and suddenly all my old escapes didn't feel important. Maybe freedom isn't movement, maybe peace isn't changed. Maybe freedom isn't movement, maybe peace is my name. You asked, what if your life isn't waiting at the end of something? And suddenly I had nowhere to look. The places I never stayed still live somewhere in me. Old conversations have filled rooms, versions I didn't keep. The places I never stayed still call me now and then. But for the first time, I don't feel like following them. Following them. You talked about ordinary evenings like they deserved a photograph. Open windows and late. The room feels larger than the sound. Maybe not every road needs to become a story. I used to leave before the weather changed, before people learned my name, before routines started forming, before comfort felt too safe. I told myself the road was honest, because roads don't ask for much. Just keep moving, keep your distance, don't let anybody touch. I kept old directions folded inside the lining of my coat, and every place that almost kept me turned into another note. Then one afternoon you looked at me like I didn't have to go. You said you always talk about tomorrow. Do you ever notice today? And somehow I couldn't answer where the evening slows. That's where I found you. Not in city lights, not in somewhere new, where the evening slows and the shadows lose their edge. I stopped chasing instead. Stayed instead. Stayed instead. Stayed instead. You talked about ordinary moments like they carried hidden gold. Open windows, second coffees, and stories growing old. You said maybe people don't need more, maybe they need enough. I laughed because nobody had ever made enough. Sound beautiful, the bass moved underneath the silence. Piano widened every phrase, and suddenly all my old ambitions didn't feel as loud. Maybe freedom isn't movement, maybe peace is an escape. Maybe all this time I confuse leaving with change where the evening slows. That's where I found you, not in city lights, not in somewhere new, where the evening slows and the shadows lose their edge. I stopped chasing every horizon and stayed instead. Stayed instead. Stayed instead. Stayed instead. I thought the road made me somebody. I thought distance made me wise. But roads don't tell you who you are, they only tell you where you've been. And maybe for the first time, that's enough. Where the evening slows, I don't need another sign. No more counting exits, no more trying to outrun time. Where the evening slows and the world turns gold again, I finally found a place that didn't ask who I'd been, didn't ask who I'd been. Finger-pick, I used to think peace would feel bigger. Turns out it feels like this. I always thought the road would notice if I stopped. I left so often it became a language, half-packed bags and quiet exits. Every goodbye sounded temporary, every return felt unfinished. I memorized the shape of highways and the names of towns at night, convinced that somewhere farther west everything would finally feel right. I kept old motel keys in the console, old maps with folded seams, thinking movement meant becoming something bigger than me. Then one evening you looked over and asked if tomorrow didn't ask you to leave, would but you know how to stay. And suddenly the room got quiet. The road doesn't miss me back, no matter how far I drive, no matter how many sunsets disappear into the night. The road doesn't miss me back, but maybe that's okay, because for the first time there's something here that makes me wanna stay. Stay, stay, stay. You talked about ordinary evenings like they were worth protecting. Dinner plates and open windows and songs without endings. You said maybe people don't need forever, maybe they just need one reason. I smiled, because somehow that sounded enough. The strings entered quietly, pedal steel stretched across the room, and suddenly every old direction felt softer than before. Maybe freedom isn't distance, maybe peace is an escape. Maybe all these years I kept moving because nobody asked me to stay. The road doesn't miss me back, no matter how far I drive, no matter how many sunsets disappear into the night. The road doesn't miss me back, but maybe that's okay, because for the first time there's something here that makes me wanna stay. Stay, stay, I thought leaving meant courage, I thought distance meant control. But roads don't remember birthdays, roads don't know your stories, roads don't wait. People do, and maybe that's what I've been looking for all along. The road doesn't miss me back, and maybe it never did. Maybe roads are meant for moving, not for where you live. The road doesn't miss me back, but tonight I finally see home isn't where you stop driving, it's where somebody waits for you. Waits for you, waits for you. Electric guitar, bananas. I still love the road, I just don't belong to it anymore.
First time in a long while, I didn't start the engine. There was a time I'd count the exits before I ever sat down, always halfway out the doorway, never long enough in town. I Wore freedom like a lucky jacket, worn thin around the seams, filled the silence with directions, and called that chasing dreams. I kept old roads inside my pockets, old sunsets in my head, believing if I stayed too long I'd become somebody else instead. Then one evening you poured 2 cups of coffee without asking if I'd go. You said you don't always have to decide. Sometimes you can just stay and see. And somehow that felt impossible. If I don't leave tonight, will the morning still arrive? Will these old restless hands remember how to hold instead of drive? If I don't leave tonight, will the world still turn around? Because somewhere in your quiet I hear a different sound. Stay a while, stay a while, stay a while. You talked about familiar places like they weren't something to escape. Kitchen lights and open windows and letting ordinary stay. You said, maybe home isn't forever, maybe it's just where you exhale. I smiled, because nobody had ever made stillness sound alive. The electric guitar drifted softly, bass moved slowly underneath, and suddenly all my old reasons started losing their weight. Maybe freedom isn't distance, maybe peace isn't control. Maybe I kept leaving because staying felt too close. If I don't leave tonight, will the morning still arrive? Will these old restless hands remember how to hold instead of drive? Because somewhere in the quiet I hear a different sound. Stay a while, stay a while, stay a while. I thought movement kept me honest, I thought roads kept me free. Roads don't know your stories, roads don't wait, roads don't see. People do, and maybe that's what scared me most. I won't confuse peace with fear. Stay a while, stay a while.
thought leaving was courage. Tonight, I'm not so sure. Everything feels open and unfinished. Some roads don't end, they just stop asking you to keep going. I used to leave before attachment, before names became routines, before mornings turned familiar and places turned into memories. I kept my life inside small spaces, backseat windows, borrowed rooms, always telling myself that staying too long would change me. The bass entered like another thought, slow and steady underneath, and somewhere between the silence I realized I was tired. Then you asked me, what if nothing's missing? What if you're already here? And suddenly I didn't know. Until the morning stayed, I never noticed how fast I had been, running through conversations, leaving before they could begin. Until the morning stayed, I thought freedom meant alone, but somewhere inside your quiet I started feeling like home, like home, like home, like home. You talked about ordinary moments, like they deserve to be remembered. Open curtains, half-read books, and evenings without adventure. You said maybe people don't find peace, maybe they stop walking past it. I smiled because somehow that felt true. The electric guitar drifted softly, the piano widened every line, and suddenly every old horizon didn't seem so far away. Maybe freedom is a movement, maybe peace is an escape. Maybe all this time I've been searching for permission to stay until the morning stayed. I never noticed how fast I'd been, running through conversations, even before they could begin. Until the morning stayed, I thought freedom meant alone, but somewhere inside your quiet I started feeling like home, like home, like home, like home. I thought the road would tell me who I was supposed to be, but roads only move forward, they never turn around. And maybe the person I was looking for wasn't waiting somewhere ahead. Maybe he was waiting for me to stop. Until the morning stayed, I finally let the silence speak. No more racing through the hours, no more disappearing quietly. Until the morning stayed, I learned something simple and true. Not every journey ends somewhere. Some journeys end with you, with you, finger-picked guitar fades into air. For years, I thought the road was calling. Maybe it was just echoing.